I am.
The Street Fighter's death sentence has sent a crystal-clear warning to UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones, boldly declaring that he will take him down no matter what. He even challenged Jones directly, saying that if Jones ever wants to settle it, he's ready to fight him at the White House and promises he'll be there to make it
I'll
happen.
beat the fuck out of Jon Jones. I would. I would. Jon Jones, if you ever want to run, I'll fight you at the White House. I promise you, I will. I will. I will fight you at the White House.
So now your next
Yeah.
Zach Cray.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. Like, we're gonna fight. I'm gonna knock him out, submit his ass, and then Wing Feet. After you done killing Chef, we're going to come over and dance over his body. You understand me? Yes, Gundam style. We're gonna do this over the court. Yes.
UFC legend Demetrious Johnson has also issued a stern warning to Jon Jones about the rising street fighting sensation, reportedly telling Bones to stay alert and not underestimate the threat coming his way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Death Sentence is beefing with everybody. Once we got there, he's beefing with myself. He's beefing with this person. I'm like, Death, can you just calm down?
Yeah, you look like shit.
You. That was a trap, Nick.
No,
That was a
you hit
trap.
somebody right here.
Yeah, it was a trap.
It was a
You thought you did that? Yeah, what? Emergency contact me and I put like money now. That's like my master. Lights out. Exactly.
And I'm not the biggest fan of this. Like, I tell Death he needs to be more humble, and he goes, the ops. You.
In an unprecedented callout, the combat sports world is buzzing after Miragi Johnson, famously known as Death Sentence, vowed to bathe in your blood, sending shockwaves through fans and fighters alike. Coming off a recent knockout loss, his bold challenge to Jon Jones has sparked heated discussions about what this could mean for the rumored UFC White House card. Despite the setback, Death Sentence's fearlessness and raw intensity have captivated the community, leaving everyone wondering if this explosive rivalry could turn into one of the most sensational showdowns in UFC history.
Okay, guys. My name is Zach Cray. My first time out here in the scrap yard. Death Sentence up.
Zachary's gonna die. This isn't a fight.
Despite suffering a brutal knockout loss to 5'6" YouTuber Zach Craig just days ago, Death Sentence remains undeterred in his pursuit of greatness. In a fiery 12-minute Instagram video, the Street Beef's star made his intentions crystal clear, declaring with unwavering confidence, "I'll beat the life out of Jon Jones. Jon Jones, if you ever want to run it, I'll fight you at the White House. I promise you I will. I'll fight you at the White House." This isn't the first time Death Sentence has set his sights on the UFC heavyweight champion. Earlier this year, he made headlines by boldly claiming, "If Jon Jones were in this room right now, I would swing on him. I could take him out. I deserve what he's got."
I would. Jon Jones, if you ever want to run, I'll fight you at the White House. I promise you, I will. I will. I will fight you at the White House.
So now your next
Yeah.
Zach Cray.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. Like, we're gonna fight. I'm gonna knock him out, submit his ass, and then Wing Feet. After you done killing Chef, we're going to come over and dance over his body. You understand me? Yes, Gundam style. We're gonna do this over the court. Yeah.
The timing of this callout is particularly intriguing, arriving just as rumors swirl about a potential UFC event at the White House on July 4, 2026. What's even more shocking than Death Sentence's bold challenge is the alleged support he's receiving from UFC legend Demetrious "Mighty Mouse" Johnson. Sources close to the situation claim Johnson issued his own warning to Jon Jones, reportedly saying, "This man is your death," referencing Death Sentence's relentless drive and unpredictable fighting style. Johnson has been deeply involved in mentoring Death Sentence, helping him rebound from a devastating 4-fight losing streak earlier this year. His dedication has been both inspiring and, at times, fiery, highlighted by a viral training session where he snapped shut the F*** up. "The show is over. The clown show is over. Do you want to get good or keep going with his circus act?" Despite these intense moments, Johnson's continued investment in Death Sentence suggests he sees untapped potential, something that could pose a real threat even to the greatest fighter of all time. Yet, the elephant in the room remains Death Sentence's unwavering confidence comes just days after a crushing knockout loss that exposed glaring weaknesses in his game.
You're winning by TKO.
Death sentence started the fight strong, nearly locking in a deep rear naked choke. But when he failed to secure the submission, things spiraled into a nightmare. He threw punches relentlessly but couldn't land a single significant strike, and his cardio completely collapsed, leaving him pinned against the fence. Zach Craig unleashed a brutal flurry that left Death Sentence motionless on the canvas. The aftermath was just as telling. He punched a wall in frustration and stormed out of the arena, while Demetrious Johnson stayed behind to respectfully raise Craig's hand in victory. The loss dropped Death Sentence's record to a concerning 1-5, raising serious doubts about his readiness to fight at any professional level, let alone challenge the greatest fighter in MMA history. Yet, in his defiant post-fight Instagram video, he declared, "I am not done. I am just getting started. Until I leave no doubt that I am the strongest warrior to ever exist in this timeline, I will never stop." To put this call-out into perspective, Jon Jones is widely regarded as the greatest MMA fighter of all time, with victories over legends like Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic, and Cyril Gane, while Death Sentence has only one backyard fighting win against an amateur opponent after intensive training with Demetrious Johnson. The skill gap is astronomical. Jones competes at the pinnacle of MMA while Death Sentence struggles against YouTube fighters in street-level competition. Still, his unshakable confidence and refusal to be intimidated have generated social media buzz, which in today's fight game can be as influential as actual skill. And now, Death Sentence has thrown down the gauntlet, challenging Jon Jones to meet him at the White House. With Demetrious Johnson reportedly warning Jones that this man is your death, the MMA world watches with a mix of amusement and curiosity. Will Jon Jones respond? Will the rumored White House card become a reality? And can Death Sentence truly silence his doubters? Stay tuned for the next explosive chapter in this wild saga. Dominic Reyes has issued a fierce warning to Jon Jones, accusing the former UFC champion of running from him while igniting controversy over what many are calling the most shocking retirement in UFC history. Reyes insists that Jones not only ducked their long-awaited rematch but also sidestepped rising star Tom Aspinall, leaving behind a legacy of unfinished business and broken promises that has the MMA world in an uproar. With fans and analysts split over Jones' sudden exit, this saga of rivalry, avoidance, and controversy is far from finished. Stay tuned as we break down every explosive angle of this unfolding story.
Do you believe that you won?
All three, first three, easily.
First three.
He had nothing for me. He might have landed 2 punches in all 3 of those rounds.
Did you watch?
Yeah,
I mean, we all watched it.
4 and 5,
He did
he took me down 4 and 5,
I think
but I got up in 1.5 seconds. Like, now that counts as nothing. He took me down, wasted energy, I got up, and then elbowed him.
Dominic Reyes sends a clear warning message. He ran from me, as he blasts Jon Jones for his UFC retirement fiasco and ducking Tom Aspinall. This is a story of unfinished business, broken promises, and what many are calling the most controversial retirement in UFC history.
Let's set the stage. February 2020 UFC 247 in Houston. Dominic Reyes, undefeated at 12-0, stepped into the octagon against Jon Jones for the light heavyweight championship in a fight that would go down as one of the most controversial decisions in UFC history. Reyes landed clean, effective strikes, stuffed Jones's takedown attempts, and pushed the champion to his absolute limit. Despite his performance, the judges scored the fight 48-47, 48-47, and a puzzling 49-46 in favor of Jones. The shocking stat: 14 out of 21 media outlets scored the fight for Reyes, and even UFC CEO Dana White publicly admitted he believed Reyes had won.
What rounds do you believe that you won?
All 3, first 3, easily.
First.
He had nothing for me. He might have landed 2 punches in all 3 of those rounds.
Did you watch?
Yeah,
I mean, we all watched it.
4 and 5, he took me down 4 and 5,
I think
but I got up in 1.5 seconds. Like, now that counts as nothing. He took me down, wasted energy, I got up, and then
But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. Instead of granting the immediate rematch that fans and Reyes were calling for, Jon Jones made a shocking move by vacating the light heavyweight title in August 2020 and announcing his jump to heavyweight. According to Reyes, this wasn't about chasing new challenges, it was about outright avoidance. Speaking on the recent Pound for Pound podcast, Reyes didn't hold back, stating, "If you guys don't remember, after that fight, I lobbied for the rematch for the entire year. and he dropped the belt and went to heavyweight. Literally, that's what happened. People forget that, too. He ran from me. He said, "You're not paying me enough to fight that guy. He's too dangerous." That was literally his response.
Nice right hook. Nice right hook. That one hurt his eye. Nice right hook. Left hand by Reyes lands. He's following up a combination. No. He's on him.
But Reyes didn't stop there. He took direct aim at Jones's character and his recent retirement antics, accusing him of being manipulative and insincere. He does this thing where he just strings everyone along in lines. He says this, he says that. Then he's smug about it. He's arrogant. He's not being genuine, man. We just want a real answer out of you, not some bullcrap while you string everybody along, Reyes said, making it clear that his frustration with Jones goes far beyond the octagon.
I did. If you guys don't remember, after that fight, I lobbied for the rematch for the entire year, and he said, drop the belt and went to heavyweight. Literally, that's what happened. Like, people forget that too. Like, he ran from me. Because he said, "You're not paying me enough to fight that guy. He's too dangerous."
But Reyes didn't stop there. He went after Jones's character and recent retirement antics.
These are serious accusations from a fighter who believes he was robbed of both a victory and a rightful rematch. But the controversy doesn't end in 2020, it extends straight into Jon Jones's heavyweight reign. Fast forward to 2025, Jones captured the heavyweight title by submitting Ciryl Gane in 2023 and later defended it against Stipe Miocic. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall rose to prominence, claiming the interim heavyweight title and setting the stage for what should have been an inevitable unification
This
bout.
thing that he does, and he just strings everyone along and lies and tells this and says that, and then he's like smug about it, and he's arrogant, and he's not being genuine, man. We just want a genuine answer out of you, bro. Not some bullcrap, string everybody along, tell them, oh, well, maybe this, oh, interesting.
But in June 2025, Jon Jones stunned the MMA world by announcing his retirement and relinquishing the heavyweight title without ever facing Tom Aspinall. Aspinall, who had waited nearly 600 days for his long-awaited unification bout, was instead promoted to undisputed champion by default. Now, he's set to defend his title against Ciryl Gane at UFC 321 this October. While the debate over Jones's legacy and the fights he left behind continues to dominate headlines.
I want to say God bless him moving forward. God bless him moving forward. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Get this division moving again. Contenders are getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So, John's retired and it's time that we move on. If one guy's thinking about retiring, he's retired. I'm thinking about making the heavyweight division great again. I'm here to fight, man. And it doesn't matter who it is. Ciryl Gane, Derek Lewis, Brock Lesnar, whoever it is, I don't care. I want to fight everybody, get some excitement back in this division. Let's not talk about Jon Jones anymore, man. I wish him all the best in the future. I'm the active guy. I'm going to fight somebody. That's going to be announced pretty soon. Let's get it on. I said I think a long time ago, I'm going to retire Jon without even fighting him. That's what's happening.
All right. UFC 321 is officially set for October 25th at Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi, where Tom Aspinall will defend his undisputed heavyweight title against pranked contender Ciryl Gane. Aspinall enters the bout with 15 career victories, or by finish, showcasing his explosive finishing ability, while Gane remains the #1 ranked heavyweight and a former interim champion. Tickets for this highly anticipated clash go on sale this Friday, and fans are already calling it one of the must-see events of the year.
I want this, and that's it. Don't say, well, we'll see. There's a big announcement coming out, and then it's nothing.
As youngest champion?
No, I was a lot younger. I was a lot younger when I came into the sport.
Yeah.
I started really young, super high level. I don't believe people will break. Just like the winning, all the winning. On the highest level, it's going to be very hard to do, especially as the sport progresses. Just like anything, things get better. Science, the training, the methods get better. I don't think Babe Ruth could compete with the guys today. I think the fighters of the future are going to be very tough, and it's going to be very hard to do what I've done. I've been doing it my whole life.
But here's where the controversy deepens. Just weeks after announcing his retirement, Jon Jones quietly re-entered the UFC drug testing pool and hinted at fighting on President Trump's planned White House UFC card in July 2026. To Dominic Reyes, this is part of a familiar and frustrating pattern. Speaking on the podcast, he vented, "Are you going to fight or not? That's what everybody is mad about. He's just trying to play with all of us. If you're done, say you're done. If you're not done, say let's go. Don't say, we'll see, or big announcement coming soon."
It's a fight for the title, the White House.
And Dana shut it
Dana's
down.
like, nope, I can't trust Jon
Yeah.
to not fuck something up.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I can't risk putting him in big positions, in a big spot, and have something go wrong. Yeah, especially the White House card.
So just as Jon Jones was expressing how much he really wanted to fight at the White House, Dana White says no. He has put his foot down on Jon Jones, and he claims that he cannot risk Jon Jones at the White House. Absolute cinema. He's done with Jon.
This controversy raises bigger questions about fighter obligations and championship integrity. Dominic Reyes, now 35 with a 14-4 record, has battled his way back from a 3-fight losing streak, earning recent victories over Dustin Jacoby and Anthony Smith. He's scheduled to face Nikita Krylov at UFC 314 on April 12, 2025, in Miami, a win that could bring him closer to another long-awaited title shot. For more breaking MMA updates, news, and exclusive fight coverage, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Your support means everything, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.